What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another run here on American Truck Simulator. Today I have the beta version of 1.3, which is open for everyone to go ahead and use if you wish. It is an optional download that you do through Steam. You right click on your American Truck Simulator when you're in your library. It's on that left hand column there. Right click, go down to properties, and then you go over to the beta tab, and then you can select the beta, public beta for 1.3. If you don't want to do it, don't bother doing any of that. Just play the game as is. Eventually this will come out of public beta and go into regular rotation, or whatever you want to call it, where everyone is going to be on version 1.3, and then whatever issues that we have dealt with so far here with mods will hopefully be corrected by the time that happens. I would assume next week is when this will all happen, but who knows. So, today, of course, with 1.3, not only do you get Arizona, where we're going today, Camp Verde is where we're going, but you also get advanced coupling, which I'm going to show you here. Because if you have a truck like mine, you're going to have a problem. As you know, I've got the lowered chassis on this Peterbilt 389. So, I didn't really think about it. As you can see, that kingpin is hanging down pretty far. You can see it dropping down there. Way more than it does in the real world by now. So I'm lining everything up nice. You can see the slot right down the center. And now if you just come in here and you just let it roll right in here, you would think it's going to connect. Nope. You're going to bump into landing gear, and as you can see right there, the kingpin has already gone past the fifth wheel. So I'm going to pull back out, basically reset it, and pull back in. This time I'm going to go nice and slow. There we go. Eventually it kicks in. Sometimes you might have to line it up. You go back into your cab here and turn your head, and then let it sit there for a minute and let it line up, and then sometimes it kicks in. It's kind of picky, but I think it's because it's the lowered chassis. It could be because of the truck as well. You know, I don't know. My opinion is it's because I'm a lower chassis, because you saw how far that thing dropped. I mean, even the feet for landing gear are now through the ground. And you can see the trailer leaning forward, so I think that's the main reason. If this truck was higher up, it probably wouldn't be an issue, but then again, maybe the truck isn't exactly ready for advanced coupling, so maybe there will be an update from Viper. I don't know, we'll have to see, we'll have to watch the forums on that. But you're connected. You're not done yet, though. Hit T. Raises the legs. Now, there's no animation for it to go up. Some trailers have that, some don't. This one just pops them up. So, once you're done with that, now you can get moving. If you don't raise the trailer legs, you cannot move. It's like you have your parking brakes on. I'm very happy to see, though, that this version of the truck here for the 389 still works. One truck I could not use. I had to, in fact, the game actually deactivated it for me, which was the Freightliner FLB Plus. It flat out told me it is incompatible. One other mod that it told me was incompatible was the MHA Pro Part 2. Remember, MHA Pro is a 5-part mod there that you put into your mod folder, and Part 2 is incompatible with 1.3. Now, I've already looked on the MHA Pro site, not on their site, actually their Facebook page, and it was asked, you know, if there was any idea, you know, just you know, how long until an update now that you have the beta in your hands. And right now, ballpark is next Friday. Hopefully next week, maybe a couple days more, you know, a week and a half tops, we will have an update to MHA Pro. That's the main thing I'm missing out of this right now is MHA Pro. I could do without the coast-to-coast map. Obviously, you have to deactivate it because, you know, you got Arizona. And Coast to Coast already has Arizona, and there's going to be a conflict there, so you have to deactivate it. And I think it actually will crash you. I think I actually crashed as well because I had left Mex US CAN in, and you need to deactivate that one as well. I crashed, I looked at the log, and it was saying something about towns and connections, so I deactivated it. because that was the only one I had left, and then it worked. So you might have to deactivate Mex US CAN as well as Coast to Coast as well as MHA Pro, and then you're good to go. If you really liked those three, give it a week. You know, they'll probably be updated, if not in a couple days, now that the beta is out for everyone. I don't know what in all is needed to do with the coding and whatever else that has to go on there. So if you like those, you know, then don't do the beta, just wait, and then you can download everything when the game updates. I was going to remove Coast to Coast anyway. I'm not, it just, I got tired of the copy and paste. And granted, I didn't go all the way to the East Coast. I only went to Texas, but still, wasn't really happy with it. I didn't, and the same for Mex US CAN. You know, although I didn't go to Canada and I didn't go to Mexico, out of the two, I'm more likely to put that one back in over Coast to Coast. But you know, I didn't like the whole copy and paste. You know, I went to Boise, and Boise turned out to be Truckee. So, you know, I just, it didn't sit right with me. I didn't really care for that. So, I don't know if those will go back in, but I know MHA Pro will go back in as soon as it is updated. What's over there? What am I? Oh, there's a wall there. And there's Hoover Dam. I'll have to check that out next time I come through here. That was the Hoover. A little tidbit on that, I heard, and this is information that's a few years old, but I have heard that the Hoover Dam is still curing. Granted, it's more on almost a microscopic level, if you will, the atoms and whatnot. I mean, if you were to break it open, you know, you're not going to find wet spots in the concrete. But because it is so thick and it's so dense, that there are still inner parts of that are still not 100% solidified. You know, it's not like the bridge we just went over where that is 100% solidified, or a sidewalk or your concrete driveway. You know, those are 100% cured. The dam is so thick from side to side that it is still curing on the, you know, small particle level. I know that's not a really big deal, because like I said, you could you know, drill a hole from one side to the other and it'll all be dry. But, you know, I just thought that was interesting that, you know, it's still not 100% cured. It's probably like 99.9998. But it just kind of gives you the idea of how thick it really is, honestly. And it's really thick. It's a big ass dam. But anyway, back to the beta here, which is why you guys are watching. So of course you got the advanced coupling, which I just talked about there, and at the beginning you saw how that all works, and I will have to try this as well with a regular height truck. So I mean, if you've got the lowered one, be ready for that one. Now I have heard from those who have already had the early release that you can damage your truck and the trailer if you completely miss the kingpin. So, you know, that's also something to keep in mind. Granted, that didn't happen here. You saw me back up into the landing gear, although it was very light, still no damage. So I'm going to try that with actually one of the regular SCS trucks, either the Kenworth or the 579, and see what happens. Now, one other thing is, with this beta, ATS MP, Multiplayer Online, is out. They have not updated yet for this, and I have not gone on the forums to see how long it might be, but usually it's only about a week. You're only looking at about a week before they do fully update and the game is compatible again. You can go online. So, you know, we're probably not going to have to wait long. And hell, if by the time, for all I know, if I were to go to live stream next Wednesday, it might be ATSMP. In which case, all of you guys will have to update your ATSMP. You'll have to go to truckersmp.com, re-download everything, reinstall it, and you're good to go. For me, I'm going to have to uninstall, basically downgrade. I'm going to have to go back onto Steam and go back to 1.2.1.1, and then I can go from there and I can play. So if I stream this weekend, that's what I'm going to have to do if I want to do online. If I just stream here while I'm going through Arizona, which I'm sure a lot of you guys probably don't want to have me do, I am going to have to downgrade my version so it works. Downside to having a low visor like that. Oh, that sounds good. I think I just need to do that every time I'm in this truck. Just spend a couple minutes letting you guys listen to that engine and that exhaust go. I think that's still one of the top questions I get, either in comments or in messages, is what engine do I use, what sound pack do I use. I don't think there's a person out there that hates that sound. And even if they got the Cummins wrong, I wish the Cat sounded this good, because I'd probably just go with the Cat. But, damn, it sounds good. So, anyway, other things that they have done here. You have the world market now with World of Trucks. So now you have the online contract part that you had in ETS2. I have only done 2 of those here in the game so far, and I think I did only one, or I think I only did one on ETS2. If I was informed correctly, the online contracts are based off of real world time. So when you look at it, the time that you see is actually in real world time. So if it says 10 hours, it's not 10 hours game time, it's 10 hours real world time. So if you pick up a job in the evening and then decide to go to bed, then wake up in the morning and go to work and then come back home, turn your computer and get back to playing, chances are you missed your delivery window, because it was a 10-hour job, not a 24-hour job. Now, like I said though, as always, if I am wrong about something, please, I know you guys out there that are watching this video are going to correct me. Don't flame me too hard, don't blast me too hard if I'm wrong, and that's just what I was told and how I understood it. So, it is off of real world time, which is, if it's true, that's very nice. It gives you a lot of time to go ahead and take a job and then walk away from the game if you have to in order to make the delivery. It does use the mods that you have installed in the game. So when I was looking at it, I saw Cretes, I saw Wabash trailers, I saw all that shit. I need to stop swearing. I saw all that stuff. So that's a nice thing, and I don't have Road Hunters activated right now, but I would assume it would show up in there as well. So it's, you know, you're not stuck to just stock trailers, even though it's online contracts. Now, I like to know if that's going to work online in multiplayer. because then that would really help those times when you're stuck with no freight market. I don't know why I'm looking. There's no freaking traffic. Traffic AI has been turned off. Now, there's one other thing that they've changed, and that's they've changed the torque converter, which in my opinion means they've changed up the way the clutch works and how it feels. It does feel like you can feather out the throttle more with the clutch, or you can feather out the clutch more. So it sounds like we're gonna be less likely to stall ourselves on the off ramps when we're cruising on along the highway, where now half the time you're stalling out unless you're just able to keep on rolling and keep it in gear. But if you're stuck on the hill because there's other people in front of you, a lot of people have a problem where they stall out. Well, now you're going to be able to feather everything, and I think it's, if I understood it correctly, and that's going to make it a whole hell of a lot easier to get off those off ramps. I was testing that out here, and I don't remember being able to start off in third by just feathering the clutch out, and I was able to do that with this trailer hooked up. So I think that is part of what they did with the torque converter. I might be wrong, but that's just how I took it. I have noticed as well the steering is stiffer. That's one of the things I actually increased, and I don't know if that was something that was in there before. I never really messed with any of the feedback settings, but they did add some feedback settings to this, and they tweaked some stuff too. So if you want to feel more stuff come through your wheel, you now have that opportunity. You can go into your gameplay. I think it's in the controller area, and you can change the settings on that so you can have more feedback come through. Of course, they've added more controller support because of the shifter, which I am happy to announce I will be ordering next week, thanks to a subscriber of mine and his wife, who made a nice, generous donation during the live stream that was held last night on Wednesday, the 25th. Adam and his wife Danielle decided to go ahead and donate that and told me go out and get the damn thing already, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm greatly appreciative to them for that donation, and I'm at a loss for words just exactly what I do have fan funding enabled. I never really expected to get much of anything from it. This isn't Twitch after all. But, I figured, okay, maybe someone's going to donate $5 or $10, stuff like that. But, it was a very nice gift from those two, and I look forward to ordering that and putting that on top of the G29 shifter I have here. I've already picked out which one I'm going to get. It's going to be the regular one without easy jake brake. I don't need that switch on there for it. And it's going to have the cap, the logo on there showing the gear positions. Because that's just what I'm used to. I don't need it. But every truck I've driven has had that logo up there, so it just gives it a little bit more realism to me. But as we park this, alright, now it wants me to start detaching the trailer, so you're going to hit whatever key you have programmed. And I don't know if you guys heard it, but you're actually lowering the landing gear and the back door's opened. That's part of the whole Wabash mod that I have. And there you go, now you're all delivered. Real quickly, let me show you the external contracts. And this is, it syncs up with your World of Trucks. So that's where in your profile, when you're selecting your profile, you have to link your profile up with World of Trucks. If you don't see all of this here. So, and I'll let you know right now, when I was in Vegas and I was looking at all this, Arizona didn't show up for me. It was just Vegas, Nevada, Reno, and then California, and that was it. Arizona did not show up for me until I was in Arizona. So I don't know if it's because I had to cross the state line to unlock it, whatever, I don't know. But now it's here. I've got more loads. As you can see, there's night transportation. There's a Wabash plain trailer. This 20-foot container trailer here is one of the mods I have downloaded from the Steam Workshop. I've replaced the 2-axle and the tri-axle 20-foot containers with one pack. This is one pack on the Steam Workshop. It has both the dual axle and the tri-axle 20-foot containers in it. I've also downloaded the 53-foot container pack, or a mod that was in the workshop, although I do not believe I have it activated right now. I didn't want to mess too much with the mods. I just wanted to make sure whatever I had running works here. So now I'm going to go back into my mod manager and I'm going to reactivate some other ones just to see how they take to this. So if you guys got different mods than what I have, be prepared for that. Go into your game log if you have a crash, and you know, go down to the bottom of that game log and see what it was, and it'll kind of give you an idea what's causing you to crash. You might have to remove some mods, or wipe your whole mods list out and start all over so you can figure out which one it is. Not all mods are always going to work with an update. So until next time, guys, stay tuned for an announcement on what day I'm going to live stream. It's either going to be Saturday or Monday. I doubt it's going to be Sunday because that's probably when most people are doing their family stuff, if they do any of that. So either Saturday or Monday, I'm going to be doing a live stream for about 2-3 hours. And I'll make an announcement long before that on Facebook. I'll even put up a quick little 30-second video here on YouTube as well, a few hours before I do it. So stay tuned. Make sure you check that email. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Like my page on Facebook. Cummins N14 on both. That way you can stay up to date on everything. Until next time, though, thanks for watching.